Hello, and welcome to an all new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. I am one of your hosts, Kente, all the way live from Los Angeles, California, and I'm so happy to be here with my wonderful, beautiful, talented co host, the woman who is, she was Miss Omaha 3 years in a row, Shannon, who's on mute, with my wonder. How you doing, Shannon?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy to see your smiling face. It'll be for the last time on this show this year, but I'm happy to see you. How's everything? Are you in the baby room? I just realized that.
Mind your business. Hi.
Uh huh. Oh, look at you chilling with the baby. Uh, so how's everything?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty
You
good, pretty
already asked
good.
the question, so
All right, what's up, Dedrick?
what up,
De-
Moon Cricket?
yes. So you good? That's good.
I'm great. How are you, Kente, for the third time?
I'm excellent. I am wonderful. I'm beautiful. I'm happy. Um, I feel great. So,
You know what your picture looks like right now?
who?
It looks like your head is placed on a body. It doesn't
Who?
look like the body is yours.
Who?
It's true.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. I'm don't move. I'm gonna take a picture so then I can no, so I can show you
Oh,
because you won't believe it. Put your hand back up. Wait, you had it. Oh, that was his brother. Okay. Marisol said it does.
It's true. When you look at it, even when he moves his hands, you can still the way his body is angled, it looks like his head was placed on somebody else's body.
It
well,
does.
low key, that's true. Low key, that's true. Also joining us, we'll start ladies first. This young lady is a New Yorker through and through. She's become a really good friend to the show. She is a entrepreneur herself, as well as a teacher. It is the one and only Marisol. How you doing, Marisol?
I am good. How's everybody?
Pretty good, pretty good. And also, I just want to say that we're going to be doing a giveaway. Uh, we're going to be doing a giveaway tonight. So you have jewelry, paparazzi jewelry, and one of the ladies will have an opportunity to win. So who are in our chat room. So
I'm
we'll
grateful.
figure that out. We will figure that out as the show goes on. All right, but
Nice.
I'm glad that
Okay.
you are here. All right. Also joining us from New York as well is the one and only making his. This is back to back. G, what's up, G?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Hey, pretty
Hi,
good. How was your
Dee.
week?
Yeah, I'm on self isolation right now.
I get it. Yeah, I
So
get it. Well, I'm glad that you are here joining us. And last but definitely not least, this brother is, multi-talented, filmmaker, can sing, gun enthusiast. It's the one and only Anthony. How you doing?
Peace, peace. What up, though?
Hey, man. So glad that
What
you are
up,
here.
Anthony?
Glad that you are here. Now, before we get into exactly, we're gonna do some more relationship letters and whatnot. But I wanted to kind of just, you know, have a conversation with our panel before we get into that. We can go on about how 2020 was, how we felt about it, and yada yada yada. I say let's not do that because I think we've been talking about that all year. Um, you know, I feel like there's so much better things to talk about besides how much 2021 sucked. I'm sorry, 2020 sucked. Um, you know, there are for some people there's some good things that have happened. Career wise, love wise. Some people have taken the plunge and moved to other places. Some people have, just stepped out and really been able to do things that they wouldn't have done if it wasn't for it this year. So I wanted to kind of go around the panel and talk about. I just wanted to ask you guys. We'll start with Modest off first. What are some good things that's happened for you this year in 2020?
Um, hmm. So I started my business, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
My children graduated high school, so that's a good thing. My daughter finished her first semester in college with
Mm.
3 A's, um, 1 A- and a B.
Yay!
Smarticle particle, that one is.
Like
Mm.
Um,
somebody tell her I said yay.
my son didn't learn how to drive, but he finally got his driver's license. That's something good.
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
So I think that's pretty much it.
That's
Okay.
a great
See,
pretty much it actually.
that's really good. I like that. Yeah. That's some real positive stuff. All right. What about you, G? What's some positive things that happened for you this year?
Let's see. Um, it's a lot of introspective stuff, but mostly I think the idea of just taking a dive and going after what I really wanted to do. So, for example, I've been doing a lot of long-term thinking, supporting everyone else, making sure our family's good and all that. And I didn't really focus on myself until kind of this year where I said, fuck it, frack it, excuse my language. Um, Left my job, and then just kind of took off on my own for a while. So I've been pretty much, doing that and finally getting back into what I like to do, which is, how we met, animation and stuff. So, that's the biggest thing for me right now is actually taking all the stuff that I learned and experience and moving forward into to what I want to do, my passion and stuff.
I like that. And right now, you at the age where this is the best time to explore that kind of stuff. So,
Hmm.
as my father would say, is when you eat, your whole family eat, meaning that you don't have children or a wife or. So right now, these are the times to take those chances and stuff
True.
because you're young, you don't have no other responsibilities. I don't think you even have a doggy. So, like. So yeah, this is the perfect time to do that.
True.
So we lost Anthony, but when he come back, we'll ask him. What about you, Shannon? What were some positive things that happened for you this year?
Well, I'm still alive, still in the land of the living. That's numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Amen.
I did not and have not contracted COVID this year.
Amen.
Um,
Amen.
and I have not lost anyone in my family. I'll say that because I've lost some people this
That's
year
great.
to COVID, but not lost anyone in my immediate family to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
My grandparents, 93 and 92,
Wow.
and they're still alive, and they still
Wow.
have activity of their room and are in their right mind, and I can't wait to see them in a week.
Mm.
Um, my sister got married,
Oh wow.
my job. I packed up my stuff and my dog and moved from the warmth of the Florida sun to the cold craziness of the Georgia moon. Um, I had a really good time with some people last week, celebrate my birthday. Got to
Mhm.
see another birthday as a plus. Um, I didn't lose my mind this year. I should have put that
Mm.
at the top. I didn't lose my mind this year. Um,
Most important. Amen.
it's been a rough year, not even with COVID, just at the job I was just at, just it was a rough year. And usually when I'm ready to sever ties, I just snip, snip, snip.
Hmm.
Adios, bye bye. And
Mm.
that has nothing to do with COVID because I literally move every 3 years. So COVID or no COVID, it was bound to happen. So yeah, that's
Mm.
my short list. Oh, and I have health insurance because we take the little things for granted. Um, I may not be doing 50-mile weeks, but I am doing more than 30 miles a week. So I'm getting something in. It's cold outside though, y'all. I need to get back
Hmm.
to miles a week, but it's cold, and I still go outside every day.
Mm.
So bless it. See,
You know what's crazy is I didn't know how cold it got down there. Like when I was there last year, it was freezing. It was on Halloween night of last year, and it was so cold. We went to um, a maze for Halloween, and that thing was so cold. Like I had a mask on, so if it wasn't as bad, but then they made me take the mask off because they didn't want you to wear the mask. You know, like I had like a scary mask or whatever. So they made me take it off. It's funny now. We all got masks. Shannon and froze. Huh? Let me.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. Let's see if we can bring her back. Hopefully that'll. Um. Okay. So she's coming back. But yeah. So yeah, it's freaking cold down there. But yeah, that's crazy. So while we wait for Shannon and Anthony get back in there, uh, yeah, I mean this year things that I wanted to happen unfortunately didn't happen, but I've been able to pivot and do other things. So it's been some positives. Obviously, there's some negatives. With some loss of lives and whatnot. But you know what? It's it is good when you are able to make lemons out of lemonade, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but anyway, before here we go. Shannon is back. Uh, Ryan says it's cold in Calgary. Yeah, that's all I think of. That it would, is how cold it is there. Um, so last week we did the relationship letters, right? And
mhm.
oh, Patricia Murray, what's up? I see her in the chat. Happy birthday! It was her birthday a couple of days ago.
Happy
So
birthday, fellow Sagittarius.
big shout out to Miss Murray. Great human being. But so we did some relationship letters last week. We have some more that we're gonna do that we didn't get to from last week. But you know, the thing that I got questioned about was the French kissing one. I had a bunch of people ask me about that, and uh, there were a couple of people who was really interested to learn more about Shannon's technique. So, so, so yeah, these guys they were like, I really want to know.
Can we get a recap from last week? What did I say?
Yeah, people pretty excited about your technique.
Oh
So
my
I'm just
god.
saying. So I'm like I said, I'm trying to learn myself. So I'm glad we have these two ladies who are experts in that. So, but yeah, so that was the one that I got mostly asked about was the French kiss one, which was the very last thing, right?
But I will in 2021. We're gonna have a little fair. Art we can say.
No. Yeah, 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 yeah.
If we have a fair, I will have a kissing booth.
Oh,
How about that?
okay. All right. Okay. So, hey, man. Hey, I'll sell the tickets.
No, 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 no. I'll sell the tickets so I can collect the funds since my lips are the ones being utilized. Okay. Mm.
Well, it's a team effort. Your lips.
No, 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 no team effort.
What's up,
No,
Sybil?
no, no, no.
All right. So I was just saying, Anthony, that the one that the relationship letter that I got asked about the most was the last one, the French kiss. And
Hi, Anthony.
there's several
What up? I'm
there's
back.
several guys wanted to know about Shannon's technique. So
Oh, they was
so
trying to hire her. They trying to hire
yeah,
Shannon.
yeah. They wanted to, yeah, they wanted
Study under
to.
her tutelage.
Right,
I'm
right.
You can study under some stuff, you know.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So I have some more questions that we didn't get to. So let me pull up the screen real quick. Uh, all right. So can you guys see?
Oh Lord.
I believe. Yeah.
Can I go
These are.
back
Yeah.
tackle first?
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
I'll do. He says he loves me but won't kiss me. Man, listen, I'm
Okay.
gonna smack you upside your head.
Hilarious.
Sorry, I don't promote violence.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what this one is. Uh-oh.
He says he loves me but won't kiss me. I've been seeing a guy on Slash for about 4 years now. Both 22. We were instantly attracted the day we met 6 years ago at work, and that day he asked me out but I said no. Don't get me wrong, I should have. I had butterflies in my stomach but did not know anything about the guy and was scared.
That's it.
Oh no. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
We used to flirt like crazy with each other until he lost his job and I didn't see him for a year. We bumped into each other and things started happening, despite the fact he was with someone. It ended with them, but then I went to university, so we both thought a relationship would be hard, so we didn't get together. Since then we have both been in relationships whilst being involved with each other, sometimes physically but mainly just emotionally. We would phone and text each other daily despite me being away at school. For the past year we have been unofficially seeing each other off and on. He says he doesn't want a relationship with anyone right now. He doesn't know why. He just doesn't. I've asked if he thinks we will ever have a relationship in the future, and he just doesn't know, but admitted if we did it would be great. He constantly reassures me he cares for me and has strong feelings for me as I do him. We both say we don't want to lose each other as we have grown so close, we regard each other as best friends. To add to the complication, he says he doesn't like kissing. I know he has done so with his chest. He says he didn't particularly like it then either, but he won't kiss me. We do everything but he can't give me a solid reason for this either, just says he doesn't particularly like it. This and the non-commitment causes arguments, and sometimes either one of us calls it a day saying we should just be platonic friends. Every time we do, we end up with each other again. I've walked away from the whole situation 3 times before, taking advice from friends, thinking it would be better for us. But because I class him as one of my best friends, it hurts me. I don't want to give up such a good friendship. He refuses to give my things back and tells me it's because he doesn't want to let go. Each time I do this it hurts him badly and I don't want to do it again. Is this guy stringing me along? I don't think so, but why won't he kiss or commit to me? Is this normal? Should I stop reading too much into this and not need a label on our relationship? I am happy with him the way things are, but need a clearer view of if this is a lost cause or if there is a more secure future ahead. Confused.
All right. So he won't kiss.
Okay, so there are a lot of things to discuss in this short, not so short synopsis of these 22-year-olds. Okay, so first things first. Um, I'm not gonna be talking to nobody who actually had a lip. Sorry, not happening. Two, he said they do everything but kiss. So wait a minute, does she sit on his face? Because if he gets down below, I mean, I could overlook some things if he know how to do that
He
right.
says he loves me, but
Uh-huh.
Three, um, he's your friend and he'll never be nothing more. So one, move on. Let him keep your stuff and just get some new stuff, girl. Cause that's too much drama. It's unnecessary. You're 22, and she at university. So I'm not
Mhm.
understanding. Hi, Robert. I'm not understanding why being in the university, she not getting her stuff situated properly by all the people she see at university. Because
Mm,
Mhm.
I mean, I know when I was at university, the options are endless.
mm.
So she needs to move around so she can get down.
That's interesting though. Like you'll do everything but kiss. That's like some pretty woman type stuff. You
It,
know, like it's like
but we're
interesting. Like
22 and
yeah,
we're 40. So clearly,
yeah. Like Kim, if you had a boyfriend that wanted to do everything but kiss you, how would you feel about that?
she wouldn't.
Don't do me like that.
I'm
He's like, I
sorry.
don't believe.
This
He's like, I don't
is a
believe
moment.
in
Look, I'm sorry. This is a moment.
it.
I just had to say no. She wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't believe in that. Like that's bizarre to me. Like I mean,
And for a whole year?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Ooh, why? I mean, so y'all did everything else but kiss?
According to
some
her, they
people
did
don't.
everything.
I don't
Like
know.
That's what they said. Did everything.
Some people don't like the kids, but I don't. I don't make somebody my boyfriend unless.
I know what they. Unless I know what they mouth do.
No, unless I'm ready to commit. Unless
I'm
I.
just saying. Look, I'm gonna say it there because ain't nobody gonna be pussyfooting around this conversation.
is it that whole thing like kissing is too intimate? I guess I don't know. Like I don't
You got
get.
other things in your mouth, girl.
True.
I
She got other things in her mouth. She said they did everything. Now, excuse me, the saints that may be passing by this live. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. He pitied every groan, but I am answering questions. She didn't have everything else in her mouth at this point, so I'm not quite understanding how intimate kissing can be. Now, for a
Mhm.
young whippersnapper like myself, kissing is very intimate, and it's
Mhm.
a gateway drug. And if you
Mhm.
kissing the lips right, you can kiss another lips right too. Okay, okay.
Let me ask Ryan. Welcome Ryan to the show.
What's up?
Ryan, if you, from a man's perspective, if you had a girl that was like, I'll do anything with you, but I ain't kissing you. Like, would you? How would you feel about that?
I think she's like, I don't know. Some people have preferences. I mean, maybe she could be my sugar mama, and then that kind of, I don't know, that equates. I don't know. I feel it's weird because I think kissing is cultural. I mean, maybe we don't have to kiss, but I would feel a certain way about it because I feel like when I kiss, like I think that's one of my superpowers, and you know, to lock it in. And if I can't kiss, then I don't think I have much confidence in the relationship. Right?
What?
So
You said it's your
Mm.
superpower?
it's my superpower. Yeah.
Oh, so you have a girl singing that song by Kelly Rowland. I like my kisses down low.
Well, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like to be honest, like I just think that I don't I just don't think it. I think there's an intimacy that happens when you kiss somebody, and when you touch someone and hug somebody. I think that it just it connects you in a way that you can't get in any other way. So I don't know how someone could how relationship could last that long without being able to
Mhm.
kiss somebody.
Yeah.
That said it right there. That could be the problem. She's probably had all that other stuff in her mouth.
I mean, but it's his stuff. So I'm not quite understanding why he acting like, oh, now that you done consumed me in my nether regions, now you can't be up in here.
It,
Or
it may
even
it
worse,
may not be his
or
because they've
Yeah.
been in relationships with other people, so she
or
might be the
even
throat
worse,
goat.
that's the thing. Or or
Sure.
he just doesn't know how to kiss and is embarrassed. But that can be taught.
That's
Sorry,
true.
can I just ask a question? So
Sure.
I didn't hear the full thing when I came in. So hopefully I'm not like. So is it just kissing in general, or like kissing after? Like
No,
what
he
was
said he the dude
You
is
don't like
like he don't like to kiss. He said he
just
was like
in
that with his
general?
other
Okay, so
girlfriends.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying something that I shouldn't be saying because, like, anyway. But say that again.
He says he loves her, but he won't kiss. He doesn't want to. He's that's not his thing. He don't believe in kissing.
girl, let him go. Let him go. Shit.
Nah, he got a he got a
Here's my
whole.
thing.
Wait, if they
He's
got
a player.
married though, if they
Thank you,
got married
Marisol.
when they said now kiss the bride, he's gonna be like no, like no,
Marisol,
I ain't doing that.
I'm a Marisol.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's a
crazy.
player. So not only does he have a girlfriend, right? He's
Hmm.
got his friend who he's allowing to put her mouth on all these other parts
Mm-hmm.
of his body. Okay.
Mm.
He
Fair.
don't want to kiss her because
Mm-hmm.
she's the side piece. She's the hoe. She's
Mm.
the other
Bingo.
one.
Marisol got
So
it.
she definitely needs
Yep.
to leave him alone.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Just
She took the
saying.
words right out of my mouth. Homie got a homie got a whole main thigh 2 piece with biscuits, and she just a chicken wing. It ain't rocking. It ain't rocking.
Shares the
Yeah,
meal. Shares the meal. She
See,
that's
decides to.
crazy.
from what I heard was even if that were the case, because they were messing with each other while in relationships with other people. So I
That
don't
part.
Mm-hmm.
necessarily think it's the side piece issue because if that were it sounded to me like throughout their entire interaction, he's not been a fan of kissing. And it
Mm.
wasn't until my devices, but it wasn't until she started to bring it up and have questions like, well, wait a minute, like, are we going to be together from and at a certain point? You know what I mean? And there's a lot of layers in that. The kissing, I feel like he could really just not like kissing. I've been in a relationship before where my girlfriend didn't really particularly like kissing, not in the beginning, and it
Mm-hmm.
probably wasn't until a couple years in to where then it was like, oh, I want to kiss. I'm like, oh, where did shit come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, used to not, and not to say that we never kiss, but it wasn't what I desired it to be because I thoroughly enjoy kissing. It is very intimate. It is the gateway drug. It is all of these other things.
All of that.
But he really may not be a fan of it for one reason or another. But then there's other stuff relationship wise. He gonna have a hard time. They 22, so he's still trying to they trying to figure their
Yeah.
lives out.
Yep.
He lost his job. He not gonna feel comfortable really in the relationship because he ain't gonna want to be no bum. Is what it sounds like. I'm
Mm-hmm.
inferring. Uh, and so while his finances ain't right, it's hard for him to really be on the relationship track. I can also understand that. Now, as far as again him being her being the side piece, well, they both were side pieces to each other, or for each other at one time, simultaneously or alternately. So I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily why he don't want to kiss, but he might not want to kiss. Overall, there are a lot of things that have been shown. For one, they young as shit. Stop concentrating on this at 22 years old. Uh,
That
you're
part.
doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
And for two, you know what I mean, let that go. You know what I mean? And if you can try the boomerang effect, y'all part ways or stop dealing with each other on a secret lovers tip, and you can go be your fullness with somebody, that you really want to be full with. Um, and that's my soapbox moment.
Uh-huh.
Get off of my bad.
I just wanted to say something quickly because one thing that we have to remember too is that sometimes people don't want to do stuff
Mm-hmm.
because the person is really bad at doing something. So like
Mm-hmm.
in this particular case, she probably when she kisses him, she probably sticks the tongue all up in his mouth and slobbers all over his face. And he's probably using that as defense. He's like, yeah, I don't kiss. Or maybe her breath is kicking. Because some women will say, I don't want kids because the brother that they're with doesn't have a job or has
This is what they usually
dyslexia.
do impregnating women.
But still, like some women will, like I've just read this the other day. A woman didn't want to, because I was in a dyslexia forum, and this woman didn't want to have kids with him because she didn't want to pass on the dyslexia gene. So sometimes people say they don't do something because the person that they're with doesn't provide them with what they actually need. So the whole kissing thing, maybe she doesn't kiss well. Maybe she, because I've had really bad kisses. I've had one girlfriend who slobbed all over my face, and I just wasn't interested.
Don't put
You
that
know?
on her, boo boo. Don't put that on her. He already said he don't particularly care for kissing. He might be the problem. We gonna leave it at that, and we gonna move you on down the road to the next scenario.
All right, all right, Anthony, go ahead.
Oh, it's on me. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. But oh, I really love my boyfriend, but I cheated on him.
Ooh, ooh,
Oh, you gonna love
ooh.
this one. You gonna love this one.
They gonna be 12.
Nah.
I really love my boyfriend, but I cheated on him. I have been with Sam for almost a year now. Almost the whole time we have been together I have been unfaithful to him, mainly with the father of my child who I left for being unfaithful to me. I began my relationship with Sam knowing that I wasn't over my ex. I thought time would heal, and eventually I would love Sam just as much. Sam loves me so much, there is no doubt about that. He treats me well, respects my wishes and pleases me in the bedroom. So I'm not cheating for the sex. I'm cheating for love. Should I tell Sam the truth and break his heart? Should I not tell him to save his heart? Should I be true to my own heart and go back with my ex? Cheater.
Bitch, no. No. Look, what's the song? No, no, no. No.
Now I picked
He
this
doesn't want
one.
to have sex.
Uh huh. No, that's
Hold
sorry
on.
about that.
Oh, okay. I picked this one because there was a time in my life where I was a professional side nigga. Um, I went through my side nigga and on the job training, and then I became a professional at it. So in this, I feel like I understand her plight.
Mm.
However, what she is doing essentially is being uh selfish or greedy, and just some very very inconsiderate. Now, she started out hoping to replace her ex with Sam, is what it sounds like, because she wasn't over the ex and she didn't really want to leave. And what she didn't want to continue to be, I don't know how many times her ex cheated on her and whatever. It could have been one time, it could have been 50. Who knows? But she wanted to get out of that, but she wasn't really over it. Now doing a disservice to Sam and herself, because she got a dude that treat her in all the ways that she really want to be treated. But the issue is an issue that I've had in the past, is that you invest so much of yourself, time, energy, heart, love, mind, soul into somebody, and you hate to see it end because you feel like you still want the return on your investment. You want that ROI. And I guess I hate to make it sound so businessy, but that's really what a lot of what it boils down to a lot of times. Like, man, I put so many years of all of this, and we have children together, and ideally I would have liked this to work and not necessarily been a baby mama or a baby dad or whatever the case may be. And it's like, yo, I want to get my return on my investment. Unfortunately for her, there's another side of that coin, to where the baby daddy now is like, I don't know his mindset, but I can infer that he probably thinking that he's winning because I cheated and she's still coming back getting this quality strokes. I'm going ahead slanging meat all down her throat, you know what I'm saying? And without the obligation of having to be with her, you know what I'm saying? Or be romantically obligated. Or maybe there's conversation about them potentially getting back together or whatever the case is, but it's a fucking conundrum that she can easily stop, but it's going to hurt herself and one or all parties involved. Um,
Yeah, I mean, look, Sam. He's a great. He's this great guy doing everything you're supposed to do.
Shout out to
And
Quality Strokes.
yeah, that was funny. It was hilarious. Uh, and she's just, she's just going back to the. I mean, she needs to just go ahead and leave Sam. Let Sam go. And I mean, the worst thing is to find out on, well, I guess shit, it's gonna be bad either way for Sam. So you know, he's gonna find out eventually, or it's gonna come back and bite him in the ass. Or Sam might be one of them dudes that he might find out and then start shooting. So
But
you
No.
never know.
but then you never know. Sam might be cool. You know
Mm.
what? I understand. You know, what I mean, you know what? You got him. I'm gonna get me another girl, and then we all could just be a happy family. All you know, what I'm saying we can keep this party going. I don't want to let you go, but I also maybe, and if there is a such thing as brother husbands, they may can come together and just love on the same woman. You know, what I mean, there's so many ways that the scenario could play out, but if you never had that conversation, you really won't know. And I hope. I mean, right now it's like, well, I got a question. What does
Hmm.
Sam do for work, and what does she do for work? Because when did she find the time to get the grade A kielbasa from Sam and then go get quality strokes from her ex? Like, what I mean, it seems to be some sort of regularity going on with this. Like,
She's slick.
and maybe Sam can't really hold her sex drive down. I don't know. It's a lot of factors in this.
I mean, she says that he's bringing it, so
But is he
you know.
bringing in enough? Cause she's still getting
Mm.
she's still getting that straight drop from her ex.
That straight drop, hilarious. Uh, I, I mean,
Shout
like I
out
said,
to brother husbands though. They so
brother husband. Well, you ain't getting no brother husband, Shannon. So stop.
ain't nobody asking you, bro.
Shannon, stop. Or you, Marisa, either. So stop. But no, I don't know, man. That's
Maybe I
crazy.
want sister wives.
Hey
But
man, shout out to the sister wives out here.
Shout
yeah,
out to the
hey,
sister
man.
wives, Marisol. But you know what?
Mhm.
Send them brother husbands over here to the Lost Lake Mountains, the territory.
They don't do that in ATL, right?
Man, you
They,
have no idea what people do.
Heard they
No,
do a lot of
not
things in ATL.
They
not
do
yet. Yeah,
with each
no.
other. But all I
Mm,
need is two.
mm, mm.
All I need is two.
All you need is two. Oh, okay. That's another show. Finding that, but
They
yeah,
ain't gotta live in Georgia.
hilarious. I don't know,
Man,
man.
that's just mind your
Look,
business before I
start.
expose you, bruh. Be
I
quiet.
I just say, look, let him know that go back to your cheating ex and just be there. Let brother Sam move on. You know, so that's all I say. But hey, that's crazy. Uh, okay, it's on you, Marisol.
How can I find out if he loves me without scaring him away?
Mm.
Mm,
Look, ask him to buy you some
How can I
bra.
find out if he loves me without
hila-
scaring him away?
hilarious.
There is a guy that I have been dating on and off for about 6 months. We were friends first, and then we hooked up one night. Since then we've been hanging out a lot. The problem is that in the beginning we were both dating other people and it was fine, because we were building a friendship/romantic relationship. Now it seems to me that we are really close. Sometimes I think I love him. But the problem is he still sometimes hangs out with his ex-girlfriend, who is still completely in love with him, and dates some other girls. I am dating also, but I realize that the one I truly want is him. Only I can't tell him because I am afraid of losing his friendship as well. He sometimes says that he can't see us in the long term, but then he asks what I think. I tell him I just don't know, because I'm afraid that we'll grow apart if he knew how I felt. He also tells me he can't let go of the ex yet because he can't afford another long-term relationship to go bad. I think he and I have that potential, but I need to know how to show him that. How can I truly find out about how he feels without completely scaring him off? Delicate situation.
My advice: shoot your shot. Because what if he is scared that you're going to hurt him the way his ex hurt him?
Hmm.
And yeah, okay, he's hanging on to her because that's his comfort zone because he's not sure where he stands with you and you're playing games too, talking about, oh, well, I can't tell him I love him because I'm going to scare him off and I really want to be with him. So I'm going to keep him anywhere I want or anywhere I can. So I think just shoot that shot. And if you get shot down, you still have his friendship at the end of the day. Because if you really built that solid foundation of a friendship, nothing will ever break it apart. My
Hmm.
honest opinion.
Dang, that was well said. That was well said. Yeah.
Go Mari Salah.
I don't know. I mean, is that a real fear though, of scaring somebody away? I mean, when you're in that kind of a situation where y'all hooking up and whatnot, I mean, is that something she should even be afraid of?
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Because I mean, if if the person isn't as into you as you are into them, you letting them know that you're so into them can actually be like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. I was just doing this for fun and you are over here catching feelings. So I'm gonna catch this next flight because I ain't trying to catch
Hmm.
no feelings. You know
Hmm.
Right.
what I'm saying?
Fire.
So
Yeah.
that's
Hey
a real
yo, I say it's a real thing because it's happened to me before. Uh, I say both sides, but I'll give the side that doesn't uh implicate me. But it was a when I recognized a certain point. I had this woman ask me, you know, what I mean, well, she said I got a question, so I'm like, what's up? And she was like, nah, never mind, because I'm not ready for the answer yet. And I'm like, what? I mean, you got my attention. You might as well get it out the way. Don't sit there and be afraid of something. She was like, nah, 'cause I think I'd rather just live with the fantasy in my mind. And
Hmm.
so I'm just like, well, that's not crazy at all. So it was just I just felt like it was interesting because if you're gonna lose it, it's gonna be lost one way or the other. So you prolonging either potentially the inevitable, or you're prolonging the potential happiness or the fruitfulness of the relationship that you want. But the longer you don't say anything, the more you sit in that peril of not knowing,
Mhm.
and it's an internal conflict. Like, you start eating you up inside, and then you start to scrutinize their actions and movements based on how you feel inside that you never verbally expressed. And now now you are actually mad at this person or whatever. Like, how you mad at me about some shit that I didn't even know that you even thought this particular way? So
That
I
part.
said she need to say something. And it could be, I don't know, he could be giving her them quality strokes, and she just like, if I ask him, then that'll be the end to the strokes, and I ain't ready to get the strokes up yet. So it could be something, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
And then she has to get some different strokes.
right, you know what I mean? Shout out to Phil Drummond.
Oh man, that's funny though,
Girl, don't
man.
move to the
Look, I
beat
was
of
thinking
Drum
on eating her up on the inside. I'm like,
I don't know. Has anybody ever been in this situation where you felt like you dug the person way more than they dug you back?
Of course.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yep.
we all
Oh,
have.
I've definitely felt that.
We all have.
Yep.
Mm.
I
And I
remember
think,
last
I
summer I kind
had
of felt that way for a little bit.
hold on, say what again?
I remember last summer I kind of felt that way for a little bit. Then
Man,
I
that's
learned
the story of my
better.
30s. That's the
Mm.
story of my 30s, okay? Yes, that is out to yes.
I think it's like, for, I don't know. I think in today's age, you kind of know, like when you, like for me, all right. So for me, I'm a type of person that if I'm digging you, or even if you're in my life forever, I'm gonna send you a morning text and an evening text. I'm just gonna, hey, how you? I like to check up on people. All right. So if it goes by like, all right, every other 3 days, like there's nothing afterwards, there's no conversation, then that's a pretty clear indication that they only want you for something, and you know, you a dub otherwise.
preach,
Mm.
I feel like you could be hella
preach.
busy, yo. You know what I'm saying? And everybody communication style ain't the
True,
same.
true.
Um,
Absolutely
Yeah.
true. But
But
rebuttal. But if I come back and be like, "Yo, it's Friday night. You want to smash?" and like I get a response back like in 10 minutes, nah, that's a whole different ball game, bro.
well, it depends on
Mm.
how many times you sent the "Do you want to smash" text, and if your other text is like, "Do you want to smash?" versus "Can I borrow $100?" You know, that
Oh
$100
God.
text,
Oh
that
my
might
God.
yeah,
it might take some time for them to get back to you. I don't know what the nature of the conversation is throughout the week. I don't know.
Hilarious.
I won't. I would never demerit a girl from getting right back to me after I want to smash text and she. Nah, that's okay. I'm good with that. But I get what you're saying, G though. Uh,
there,
yeah, that's funny though. Like I don't know. Going back, I always feel like the truth is better and knowing is better.
Hmm.
Like you have to look at it like this way. Even if it's the news you don't want to hear, it's a good thing because then at least you know. You know what that discoloration is on your joint is because you went to the doctor. You know what
Oh
I'm
no,
Wait,
oh
what?
no,
you
that went
know,
Hold on.
left.
No. Wait
you
a minute.
know.
Wait a
What has
minute.
to do with the scenario? And if you trying to tell us something, bro, say that for your confession to somebody else.
No, like no, there's people. You know, there's people. There's people for like 4 years. For people 4 years, they just hoping to go away. you know, so like yeah, like that's a real thing. So
That's
uh
terribly unfortunate.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
and we
don't be
refuse
that. Don't
to
be
touch
that
it.
dude. Like just get
Don't be
there.
that
Just
dude,
find out.
Quincy.
Just yeah, right. Me right. Just find out. So hilarious. All right. So this one is for you, G.
Um. Hmm. I really what to do about my angry wife. Uh, what to do about an angry boyfriend?
Okay. Let's see.
Whoop that trick.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
What to
No, we
do
don't.
about an angry boyfriend? I don't know what to do about my boyfriend of 14 months. When I first met him, he was so loving and kind and we never argued. But in the last 8 months, we have been arguing a lot. This is due to him having personal problems leading way back to his childhood to do with his father. Every time he gets in his moods, he turns nasty and abuses everyone, including me for no reason. Then we start arguing and he calls me names, etc. Then he calls me and apologizes, saying that he didn't mean to say those nasty things to me and that he loves me a lot and is scared he's going to lose me. At the moment we're spending time apart, we haven't spoken for 10 days as everyone says he needs space and to think about what he's done to me. His mom says he's still very confused and unsure about himself, but he still cares about me a lot and is missing me. He's told his mom that he's scared if he contacts me I will hang up or not answer the phone, but when I call him to talk things over he either hangs up in my ear or doesn't answer the phone. It's very frustrating and hurting me inside. His mom says to me just let him be and give him space to sort himself out, and when he's ready to talk he will ring me. She doesn't want us to break up either and she reckons not to ring him and let him come after me as I've done everything I can do. He came by my house last Friday to talk to me, but I was still asleep so I didn't end up speaking to him, and now he says he's confused again and doesn't know what to do still. Can you please give me some advice as I want our relationship to work out? Regards, confused.
Yeah, you confused.
My advice: pack your bags and go. It's not that serious. I'm sorry. I no, no. There's a certain level of I will say a certain level of aggression and berating that any person should take, but at a certain point, nah, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like mother's an accomplice to to all of all that
That's
craziness.
the problem.
Yeah, like you can see that that's one of the big issues there.
Hmm.
It seems like it's not just that he's an angry person; he's an asshole. And there's a little game playing as well, which is kind of strange though. He has his mother in the involved in it as well. But Yeah, you gotta let that dude go, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sounds like a covert narcissist because you have an overt narcissist that doesn't really give a shit and will treat you bad and not have any remorse. But covert narcissists, they have personal problems,
Hmm.
and they don't want to take accountability for those problems. They don't want to move forward. But
Mm-hmm.
the difference between both a covert and overt is that they feed off of people, and it sounds like this guy is feeding off of the energy around him, to permit that kind of behavior to persist. There has to be a point. We all have issues. I have, daddy issues, and I have like things that have happened to me in the past. But you learn that it does. You have to move on for yourself and for the people around you, because you can't. Every time you have a bad day, you can't pin that back on people and blame people for the reason why you're bad. Sometimes you just
Come
have to
on
take
now.
personal accountability for your own stuff. So she should run. Run, girl, run.
How old was he? How old was he?
It didn't say the ages, but I'm
Okay,
assuming in
so
there too.
even still, here are some of my issues with that whole segment, which you already touched the first one. Definitely a big issue with the mother. She's
Hmm.
overcompensating. I'm gonna need you to let your son figure it out. If you want to help, get him some therapy, and he needs to address some of these daddy issues. And coming from somebody who had them, um, if you don't address the issues with your parents, you'll never be in a relationship that makes any good earthly sense.
Hmm.
Period. So figure it out.
Let me ask you guys, what do you think the responsibility of his mama in all of this? Like, because it seems like she's taking an active part in their relationship.
Too
Uh,
much.
so
Hmm.
like, what do you think, mama? Yeah, Marisol, let me ask you, what do you think about mama in all of this?
I think she's enabling him.
Hmm.
Um, I think that he is in some way abusive, and so she's just
Oh, we lost. I
no.
can't hear
I'm
you now.
here.
Oh, there you
Sorry.
go. Uh huh.
So I think he's somewhat abusive, and I think she's just trying to keep someone around that's going to keep that abuse off of her.
Mm.
And unfortunately, it happens to be this person. But
Hmm.
having lived through a scenario similar to this, I can actually tell you that, and I'm not saying that is the case, but it sounds like that's the case because that's how it went down with us. You know, his
Mm.
mom was like, "Oh, you got to understand him. You got to be understanding. You know, he needs a little help. You know, he has a very stressful job." And at night, he was choking the shit out of me, almost killing me in front of my children.
Mm.
So yeah, no, I think it was more like uh, um, a way of keeping the focus off of her. And while it was on someone else, it was okay. And you just got to understand my baby. And he needs help. So why don't you just let him do whatever he wants to you? Because you're going to be the one to help him. Fuck
Mm.
that. So
Yeah.
leave his ass.
It
Goodbye.
reminds me,
You
yeah.
know?
Mm.
There you go, Marisol. Leave him. Say it again.
Leave him.
Leave him and his
Goodbye.
mama. Leave him and his
And if
mama,
you can't
And
just
his mom.
leave him under the ground pushing up flowers if he don't get the hint. Because
huh? Mm.
clearly he needs to be told in several different languages.
The only way to stop some of them people is to do that, fight back and push them under the ground. Because that's how I got it to stop. I had to
Mm.
fight back. I had to break his neck. I had to black his eye. Finally, after over a year, before he finally got the hint, it's not okay to take your frustrations and anger out on someone else when they had nothing to do with it. Oh,
Amen.
you made me so mad. You know, I didn't like how loud you were being, and how dare you talk back to me? Or I read that email you sent. It sounded like you were flirting with him. Get the fuck out of here. No way.
Right.
You know,
You know, I read that email too. You were flirting with that
I mean, I
Yeah.
probably was, but still, that's no need for you to beat me. Leave me. Don't beat me.
guy. Uh, uh, I don't know. It's funny though. Like relationships shouldn't be that difficult, but they are, right?
Hmm.
And when you got to struggle with those kind of issues in your relationships, where when you're like not sure about your safety with somebody,
Yeah.
then that's just
Yeah.
too much, man. That's too much. And you gotta, I mean, you want people to get help, and all of that kind of stuff, but you can get help and not be with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can help you from afar. I can. This isn't Antoine Fisher. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
so
know, I was gonna say too that there is such thing, but it's not. This is not like, and I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. But I was reading up on what they call. It's like a made-up term that people are kind of passing around, and it's called an inverted narcissist. And an inverted narcissist is someone that feeds off of a narcissist, that walks into these relationships because you know what? It takes two to tango, and like attracts like. Because some people just want to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and come into a relationship and try to save somebody when they know pure and well, like that. You know what? That they can't save them, but they do it because they think it's a project, and they also have self-esteem issues, and they think, oh, I have to settle with this person because I don't think I can get anything better. But this is a particular situation where this woman, she deserves better, and then when you have the mother involved, the mother is just going to reinforce the behavior. So she really can. Any relationship is better than this particular relationship. So it's like, I think that it's important that she gets herself checked too, because if she's staying in it, she's enabling herself, and she's
would
enabling the behavior moving.
would being
Man,
would
don't save
playing
her. She don't want to be saved.
would
Let her stay in that relationship.
would playing Captain Save a Hoe be better if you got a tax break for all the hoes you save?
Nah, it ain't worth the stress,
No.
yo. Like straight up, it ain't worth the
Be like,
stress,
oh
man. That
man,
headache.
I'd be like, man, I got 7 grand back from the government for those I saved. Oh man. All right, Ryan. So it's gonna be on you. Which one you got?
Which one? How do I tell which one has been chosen already?
Just pick one and I'll tell you. If
Okay. Um.
I should put an X or something through them. That
Ryan,
smart.
do I miss my old girlfriend.
I miss my old girlfriend.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Miss my old girlfriend.
I miss my old girlfriend. I really like this girl. We have never once met, but I feel a strong attraction to her. One day I wrote a letter to her telling her that I liked her. I wasn't asking her out on a date because I'm too scared to date, then lose that person like my last girlfriend. I just wanted someone who could be closer than a friend, somebody who I could really open myself up to. I don't trust my family or my other friends because my family gives and talks about secrets like everyday conversations, and my friends are in another world. I can only trust somebody for whom I felt the same as I did my last girlfriend, who I fell in real love with. I still love her even after 3.5 years. I'm too scared to talk to the last girl, and she has a boyfriend and I don't want to interrupt their relationship. Well, this other girl, who I wrote the letter to, has a boyfriend, but I didn't know about it. I wrote her another one asking for forgiveness and a response if she wanted to say anything. It's been about a week and she hasn't responded yet. I want to fix this problem, but I can't since she's not talking to me. I don't know what to do. I was just asking for somebody to talk to about my problems, but now I'm totally confused what to do. I don't think she understands me. I believe she still thinks I was trying to ask her out, but I want to explain to her my real intentions. I don't know what to do at all. I'm restless every night, averaging 3 hours of sleep. Restless, thank you.
Okay, so before Ryan says anything, I want to know why white people in. Because all of these scenarios are white people.
Look, I don't like using these words, but there's a word that comes to mind listening to this, and it's, what is it, simp? SIMP, sir.
SIMP.
Because, like, I'm sorry, because this guy's just like, I don't want to let her know that I don't want to let her know that I like her, but I don't like her. I just want somebody just to be near. Like, you want a slave? That's what you want. Like, honestly, he wants a slave. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh
Bro, get
man.
you a blow up doll. Okay, Ryan, I'm sorry. That's your question. Go ahead, bro.
I miss my
Well, I,
I
I
miss my
personally,
How can I
I,
find out if he loves me
Oh,
without?
sorry about that.
How can I
that's
find out?
okay.
Wait.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
I think people get too comfortable. This is about self esteem, and people get really too comfortable with certain individuals because they don't have to work hard, they don't have to take accountability for themselves. We've all been there. I mean, I missed my ex and my child's mom for a long time, and I really loved her, but you had to realize, like, a, she wasn't happy with you. You got to let her move on with her life, and that was good enough for me to move on, that freed me a lot. But the other thing too is that you've got to have enough power within yourself to believe that there is abundance of people out there that can fulfill your needs. But that takes growth. You
Hmm.
ended that relationship. Now it's time to spiritually go to another level within yourself and discover new things. If you are still stuck on the last person, it means that you just don't want to grow and you don't want to take that risk, because people are just people. And I always say, like, once you have a connection with somebody, you will never have, if you really love that person, you wouldn't look at them as an object and see how they fulfill your needs. If you really love this person, you let them be happy in the situation that they're in, and move on with your life. And if it comes in the future where you guys just bump into each other and you're in different places, and usually when you bump into somebody being in that different place, you have already moved on, you've already grown, you're matured, they're matured, and there's not that negative energy that's attached to that. And then you can come back together. But if you're still trying to figure yourself out and you feel that you can't be with someone, or you can't move on until you're with that someone, and you still have some insecurity issues, you got some personal issues that you need to work through, maybe some therapy, but you got to move on, and you have to. I think the best type of people are people that are independent, because then when two people are independent, you can be interdependent.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, let's go ahead and pass the selection plate because the brother man just preached a little sermon over here.
No, no, no. Hey, man, I agree. I definitely agree, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so funny though. Like, most people are just selfish people anyway. So it's like I want you to fulfill these needs of mine. Damn, what you need or what you want is like your purpose supposed to be to make sure that I have someone that listen to my problems. First of all, I don't want any relationship of any kind where my purpose for you is to listen to your problems. I don't care if it's a romantic or a platonic relationship, unless I'm a therapist, I guess, and I'm getting paid for that. So, so that right there is not cool. But I don't know. Like this, I think most of these issues, communication is like the main thing that would fix most of it. And people just don't communicate. People,
That
but
part.
and also, I talk about this all the time. You do have to create a space where people feel comfortable in telling the truth or telling how you feel. Because see, you can say I want you to be honest or truthful or whatever, but if you don't create a space where the person feels that way, it's not gonna happen. So, like I said, communicate. Let people give people an opportunity to either go along with what you're selling or not. And that
Hmm.
I think that's the thing that pisses us off, right? When you go into a situation thinking things are one way and then you find out they're really something else and then now you feel like a fool, you done wasted your time. It's just like let me know what room I'm walking into. Don't let me think it's one thing and it's something totally different. So
I
I
mean,
would
come
say
on, Mr. Feel Good.
yeah, that's what I would say. It's crazy though. But all these people are interesting that we've been talking about their letters and stuff like that,
You don't
and
say.
even the babies who ask for question, help, they're
That's
even
them
they,
kids.
huh?
That's them kids.
You know what? At one point, Shannon, you was a young high school girl who had questions.
That's what you think.
You didn't have no questions. You didn't have no questions in high school.
Nope.
Really? Oh, so you
You know
just
what
knew
questions I had in high school? How was I
what?
gonna have a party while my mama was seeing the Chicago Bulls play the Toronto Raptors? I did that, and I still got in trouble. Another question I had was how am I sneak this dude out of my closet because my mom just got home early from work. I ain't worried about French kissing. I already knew how to do that. Like,
Uh-huh.
come
Well,
on now.
I'm not saying French kissing, but I'm talking about when you're a younger person. Yeah, you don't have all the answers, right? So I think in Shannon had all the answers.
Thank you,
Hilarious.
Phyllis. Thank you. And
Uh,
I didn't even have all the answers. I just knew the right questions to ask.
okay, all right. Well, not everybody is as hip as you, young lady. Some of us, you know,
Some of
we
y'all was still living
look, me. It was trial and error, so I made a lot of mistakes and embarrassed it myself.
say what now?
Shannon
Say
embarrassed
what?
it.
I was
Uh,
not. Hold on. Come back. Reel that truth back in. I was not out in the streets being fast. I was in my house being grown. Okay, there is a difference.
yeah, but you wasn't grown yet. See,
You know what? You go back to playing Twister and minding your own business. Okay. Okay.
I'm never gonna let that twister down, am I?
Mm-mm.
Hilarious. Um, but nah, I don't know, Shannon. But some of us wasn't as fast as you, Shannon.
I mean, don't get upset because you wasn't as cultured as I.
No, I grew up in the church.
I grew up in the church too. That's
I mean,
how
What
but
it
that
I
got?
was
I'm
started.
like,
like, what that got to do with anything?
I was like, what does that have to do with
I was like, but I
anything?
was like for real though, like what I'm saying.
Marisol about to do the Baptist finger. Go, Marisol.
So
Put your
let
finger
me
up.
tell you,
Put your finger
Shannon was not being fast. Shannon was being well rounded.
Hmm.
That's what it was.
Is that what it is?
Look,
It's
That's
being
exactly.
well rounded.
you okay, so
Experience as a little bit of everything
let's
I
so
just
that
just
keep
she
it
had
real.
knowledge of it all.
I, di-
Just
I
keep
didn't
it
I didn't
real. In high school,
I
I
didn't do
wasn't
none of
doing
those
a
things. I
whole
just
lot of
read.
anything. In high
Hey,
school,
I just read the Bible
no,
and
in high
Yeah,
school, I was
I,
trying to be a cheerleader. I was trying to go to the football games. I was trying to deal with my father's cancer. That's what I was doing in high school. But I
I
wasn't stupid.
I was on the usher board. No, let me shut up.
No, you stop
Let
lying.
me stop lying.
the
Stop
Kama
lying.
Sutra is not a Bible, just so you know.
Say it again, Marisol. What was
Nah,
that
actually, I
last
never
comment?
was
The
on the.
Kama
I wasn't on
Sutra
the
is
usher
not
board, but I
the
did go to.
Bible.
I wasn't on the usher board, but I did. I was in the choir.
What
But
was the
did
last
Mary?
comment you posted, Kente?
What happened? Oh,
What was the last comment that you posted from Facebook comments? So she was being fast in circles. I don't know how to throw nothing in a circle, so I clearly wasn't being fast. Cut that out.
I want to see. I want to know some of these stories. This is gonna make your autobiography.
It's not.
The Negroes in closets. That's what I want to know about. Did you at least throw a bottle of water into the guy that had to hide in the closet?
And technically, that was during high school. He actually fell asleep because my mom went into her room and she went to her room and shut the door. Yeah, it was junior high because we still lived on Paxton Boulevard. Yeah, and so I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get him out the house
I Listen. I
because
never.
because we was in the bathroom room, and then if you go past the back room down the hall, it's the bathroom and my mom's room, and then the front. So I had to wait until she went to sleep because usually my mom would come home from work, say hi, go to her room, shut the door, and she would take a nap. And I was banking on her taking that nap. I was like, oh, I don't know how long she's gonna take before she closed her eyes. But and I was still a virgin, so it wasn't like I was, but I was being grown.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, it was a long time before I could get him out of the closet. And
Hilarious.
I took him
See,
out the back door. I took him out the back door, and I was like, "Yo, you can't come over here no more, cause you about to get me lynched."
wait, did he have clothes on though when he finally made it out?
Yeah, of course he had on clothes. He had on clothes.
Look,
When I heard the garage come up,
I never ended up in a girl's closet, but underneath the bed.
it
I
wasn't
did.
my closet. It was the TV room closet.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
It was. I was
I had to
like,
hide out. I had
no.
to hide out underneath the bed,
It would
trapped
have been
underneath the
Oh
simpler.
no.
covers.
It would have been simpler if he had been in my room. Although my room didn't have a closet because I lived in the basement.
Wow.
But it would have been simpler. It would have all been so simple. But we were watching TV,
Oh, in the family room. No.
and so when I heard that garage go up, I was like, "Oh snap! You're not gonna make it out before she come upstairs. Go in the closet."
Man, making my anxiety go up being a father now because like if my son got into all the stuff that I got into, I swear to God, I just like it just makes me so nervous now for this kid.
Now
Ryan,
Uh-huh. Go
I
ahead,
have
Marisol.
twins. Imagine my anxiety. All the shit I done did. And now I got two of them to give it back to me. And they're 18. Come on now.
Mm.
Dang, did them ghosts like start appearing of shit you used to do when you're a parent? Then all of a sudden
it
you're
seemed
like,
like it.
yeah, and it's like, oh my god, I hope they don't follow in my footsteps.
Well, I have a nickname for myself that I tell my son. You know, I say I'm a professional kid. I know what you go to do before you know what you go to do. So don't try to pull nothing on me because I already got it all mapped out. You know, because I was such a I wouldn't say I was a bad kid because I had friends that were like, you know, worse than I was, but like within the realm. Because my mom was pretty tough, but still, like I tell my son, I'm like, I'm a professional kid. Don't even try me with certain things because you're gonna get it.
Nah,
But it still gives me. But you know, these kids, especially when you're a good parent or when you're a aware parent, they're even more sneakier.
Mm-hmm.
you know, I
They get
hate saying stuff like that. Like these kids these days, like make me feel so freaking old. Like
You are old, my guy.
Let me tell you.
in my day,
in
we
my
used
hey,
to.
Now
Oh
let me tell you something,
god.
because even I catch myself doing it nowadays. I'll be on the train, and I'm just like, God, these kids are so fucking loud. Shut up. Shit, go sit down. Or some tomfoolery, and I gotta sit there, and I'm like, damn. But I was just in their place like 10 years ago. What the fuck?
I
yeah, with
know
So
you
baggy
trying to.
pants,
Yeah.
please do not remind me, bro. No.
bandanas, and like
Oh my
you know,
God.
we had Paco in like South Pole or what type
Fat
of was it?
Farm,
Fat
Fubu,
Farm.
Don John.
We were watching Moesha
Uh,
and like
ugh,
Mm.
no. But I
It's
always
crazy
imagine.
though. It's crazy
I
thinking about. Go ahead.
I always imagine myself like as a father. I would probably be. I would be that father that you catch in the movies. They'll be sitting up at night, reading the newspaper. You come in the door from partying and whatnot. And
Let
I'm
me
just like,
smell
oh,
your breath, boy.
yeah. Not even. I'm just like, oh, so you went partying tonight?
Mm.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm just very disappointed that you couldn't tell me. So I guess
Because
we can have this talk tomorrow.
Marty has twins who are a boy and a girl.
Oh gosh.
So you got to experience the whole 12, 13-year-old from both angles at the same time. How was that?
Oh God. Um, I think the boy was easy enough,
Mm.
honestly, because he was very much into the video games. He was into the
Mm-hmm.
nerd life, you know.
Mm.
The girl, whoo, the attitude, the one to hang out. Um, she went to an all white school. Well, not an all
Mm.
white school, but a mostly white school. So, you know, I want my hair straight. I want to be able to flip it like they flip it.
Oh, damn.
You know, and my daughter's half Puerto Rican, half black. So her hair is beautifully curly, very
Right.
ethnic. So
Mm.
there's no way that was happening, you know?
Mm.
Um, so it, it, it it gave it to me from a different aspect. But my kids, I have to say, my kids are good kids. My son didn't start
Yeah.
smoking weed. He didn't touch a joint till he was 17.
That's
Um,
good.
they didn't have a drink till they were 17, and it was with me. You know, I gave them their first sip of something alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying go ahead and give your underage children a drink. But what I'm saying is, I would have rather them had the first one with me, and I know what they were consuming, than they have it
Mm-hmm.
with someone else, and God
Also,
knows what was in it, you know? So
yeah.
now they've had their first sip. They know they don't like beer. They know they don't like alcohol, and they won't do it, you know?
Yeah,
My,
I don't think there's
my
a problem
son
with that.
maybe, but my daughter, she won't touch that stuff,
In
you know?
some countries, yeah, some countries, isn't it like the lead the isn't it like 14 or something the
Dominican
drinking
Republic is
something like that?
16.
Mm.
16, yeah, something like
I
that. I
was
knew that.
in France underage drinking, and it was cool. Like, no
And
problem.
like
Mm.
wine, for example, I mean, you could be young and drink wine. I mean, as
Yeah.
long as you're not having a glass every day or something,
I think
you
that's
know.
always the case. I think that's the case, and I mean, at least like from my upbringing too. It's like my mother. She never. I don't want to say she like promoted stuff to us, but she never like closed it off. If something never happened, she would have that conversation with us. Anything from like, oh, why there's beer in the fridge. Oh, so she want to try it? Okay, try it. You don't like
Mm.
it? Don't touch it again. It's
Yeah.
like in a safer type of environment, not promoting it, but then at the same time, not just like, smacking it out your hand, calling you a fucking idiot, and saying never do that, because that's just gonna make it worse. You know.
It makes it taboo, and it makes you want more. You
Hmm.
know?
You have to
Mm.
normalize those conversations because my grandpa, he used to give us rum because we'd have soca parties in his basement, and it's like a
Mm-hmm.
nightclubs type situation. He had like a disco ball, and
Right.
we would do some tiny whiny, and then he'd give us a little bit of rum. And my grandma would always say, it's like, as long as you guys drink here, I don't have a problem. Not that we were like 5 years old, 6 years old, we had to try a little bit of rum or whatever. And then my
Yeah,
mom,
but
she
you're
was
West Indian though.
yeah, and that's kind
Mm.
of like, people
Hmm.
are, a lot
That's
of
like
things
water.
were,
That's like water to you guys.
well, still, I
Yeah.
mean, but when we were, and then my mom was young, so I watched Juice, I watched Jungle Fever, a lot of these
Hmm.
movies that were for grown folks. We watched it, and I never really caught on to a lot of the nuances in the movie. Anyways, we had to cover our eyes when they were making love and all this other stuff. But I think when we grew up, we were so square. Like my sisters and I were so square. We didn't really do much. And I don't drink now. My sister doesn't drink. So we're kind of like it. Like a lot of that stuff, because we were exposed to it when we were young. We're like, that stuff doesn't really phase us as much
Hmm.
as
I
it does to
just
other kids.
Agree.
as a side note, Juice. I think that's a rated R movie, but you could be young and watch Juice. Juice was a good movie. Yeah, that's one of those ones you can. Because I don't think. Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? I mean, the boy gets shot or whatever. Like, that's a good
Besides the
one.
murder and
Yeah,
violence and
and
others, oh,
Yeah,
what's the worst? Okay.
there's a sex
That
scene in
part.
there too.
it's good though. It's a good one. I let the kids watch that.
That's
I
the
just we'll
shit
we'll have a
that's
little
rated
conversation
PG
afterwards.
13 now, though. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Juice ain't
My
that
son's
bad.
not allowed to watch it.
Juice ain't that bad. I'd be like, we have a little conversation afterwards. Don't be like what was Tupac's character's name?
Bishop.
Bishop. Thank you. Yeah, don't be like Bishop. But
See, look, my mom knew it was a rap and she just kind of laid everything out on the table for us when the day when the day we saw a movie that we weren't supposed to. And so basically, we were supposed to have a little family horror movie night. She likes to look at horror movies, and it was me and
Hmm.
my brother, and so we'd watch them together. So this is back in the VHS days.
Oh yeah.
Well, she puts the old VHS into the player. She goes and pops some popcorn. The movie's starting, and the next thing you know, me and my brother see on the screen are just two women just
Oh wow.
going at it. Just all types of noises. My mother's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. She runs back, and she has never moved so quick in her life to hit that off button. And I tell you, she looked at us. We were trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and she's just like, well, there's no point in me putting the parental lock on the TV anymore. Y'all didn't see everything else in like 5 minutes, so we're good. So what's the point? And it's like ever since then, just have conversations about things. If things pop up, we're just like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. I'll be disappointed, but
I had
you're
I had a next
a
door
girl.
neighbor growing up, and we were the same age, and his mother boyfriend would hide his adult movies by putting like other movie titles on it. But the idiot would put like kid friendly type titles on there, like Bambi or something. So then
Bambi.
yeah, like it'd be like it's like he had a bad like he should have picked like I don't know something like we you kids wouldn't even want to watch, like JFK or something, like some some documentary types thing when you're and then so when they discovered it thinking it was what something else, so then that's how they ended up getting into his adult stash was because he didn't do a good job of fake labeling it. So yeah, but I don't know. It's funny how back in the day that was like such a big deal. Like now it's like you just
Mhm.
pull up your computer. It's the Star Wars. That's funny. Hilarious. Yeah,
Send me
it'd be
be
something
like
like that.
send me those links. And you're just like, okay, whoop.
Yeah, yeah. Like now, it's like so easy to get debauchery. Like you had to work. Like y'all about the same age as me. Most of you guys. So you had to work to get debauchery when I was coming up. Like now, these
You had
kids
to get the
now,
channel
man.
right in the right spot between two channels to get the Playboy channel to show.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you had like a Playboy magazine, it was like a big deal, like
Or
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 Skinamax or something like that. Like
or
now, it's
you gotta have the if for the younger folks, you gotta have the adult the was the HBO After Dark, and then have like Cartoon Network on was it the last button? So you gotta flip back to Cartoon Network or whatever when you finish. You know,
Remember
so you
the
could
antenna?
quickly hit that button,
mm,
and it goes
like a
Do you remember
right
train.
there.
do you remember the antennas? I don't know if you guys had that.
Oh
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
God,
mean?
yeah.
And we had to unscramble the. We're like, oh, I see a titty.
it was like a big deal, man. It was a big deal.
Or
I
watching
remember,
Showcase.
you know, I remember those days. These
I mean,
kids these days. Here we go. I feel old again. But man, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. So before we say goodbye, 2020 is almost over. What do we have? What 16, 17 more days left?
17 days.
Christmas is in 11 days. Wow, that's crazy. Any big Christmas plans for anybody? I mean, we can't have big Christmas parties, at least here. I don't know about there where you guys are at. Um,
New York is limited.
yeah. So it's like, like I usually do a brunch every year, a Christmas brunch where the main thing is chicken and waffles, but then we have a bunch of other stuff as well. And I would have probably I don't know if I'll do it like small just for like my brother and his family and a couple other people or something like that. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna do it yet. I guess I got to commit soon because it's getting close. So I don't know. You guys have any plans? Like, what about you, Shannon? I know you're in a new place. Uh, you got any plans on Christmas? Is there any Kim doing anything?
I'm going home.
Oh, you are going home. Okay. All right, to hang out with mom and your sisters and all that.
My grandparents.
Oh, grandparents. Okay. What about you, Anthony? Cause you got a
Probably gonna
lot
be
of
at the,
siblings, right?
yeah, I got 13 younger siblings, but I'm probably gonna
Golly.
be at the strip club.
Ho ho hoing it up,
Nah,
huh?
I if I probably what I probably end up doing is working. You know what I mean? So when I go back, I'll be working in
Gotta
a
make that
strip club
money
in Atlanta.
somehow, right? Strip
Wait a
Hey, you know
minute.
what
club,
I'm
making
saying?
the money.
You you have 13 younger siblings. Are you the oldest?
As far as I know,
Wow. Like I'm not gonna ask you to do it, but could you recite all their names?
yes. I mean I know I know all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I know people that have similar situations, and they be like, "Nah, I can't do
I
it."
can't call a birthdays. Like I ain't gonna remember everybody's birthday, but I know their names though.
Wow,
I might have
13.
an older sister, but the jury's still out on that. We don't know.
Wow, that's something else. What about you, Ryan? You and your son gonna do anything?
No, because everything's locked down. COVID, like all the small businesses are locked down. The economy is it's affected a lot of us. So like I'm gonna, we're probably all gonna be stuck in our homes until this COVID stuff happens. And I also didn't want to celebrate Christmas this year. I was thinking maybe I can get into Kwanzaa and I'm learning about Kwanzaa right now, trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how I could. How I could celebrate, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll be celebrating Christmas this year.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Marisa? You and the babies? You got anything popping?
And we're going to my sister's house. We're always with her. So even in times of COVID, we've shared germs. We share germs like every day. So um I think it's not being irresponsible when we're there every other day anyway, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think the only thing different with this year is gonna be like my father won't be around. Um
Mm.
and we won't have the big crowd we usually have. There's usually like 50 people in my sister's house for Christmas. This year
Mm.
it's gonna be regulated to just her family, my family,
Mhm.
and possibly my brothers.
Uh,
What about you, G?
That's it.
It's solitary, to be honest. I think mom bought a few presents. I may pick up some, but it's really gonna be a solitary year.
Mm. What
Um,
about like
unfortunately,
New Year's? I'm just thinking about Times Square. That's gonna be a ghost
it's
town,
not
huh?
not happening.
It's virtual this year. It's not happening.
Oh
Yep.
wow,
Let me tell
that's
you,
uh-huh.
Marisol knows. Governor Uncle Cuomo is not playing no games. No
Mm-hmm.
It's
games.
not.
None. Like even if you coming out of town and you don't quarantine for 2 weeks, you can get like a $10,000 fine. No one trying to get no. So everything is virtual. Everything is going to be people are going to be home. I'm quite sure there's going to be some pockets of people who don't follow the rules in
Like always.
In certain parts of Brooklyn.
Trump supporters.
Mm-hmm.
I
Not
mean,
necessarily,
Nah,
because
I
recently
was just
there was
taking
a
the dig.
wedding that had over 500 people in it,
yes,
and
yep,
they got fined $15,000 for it.
yep.
No, that was just a joke. I was just
He's
joking.
just
No,
man.
but it's no it's true fact. So there's probably I can't wait to see that. But they're playing no jokes right here. So everybody, for the most part, I think it's going to be small groups, be safe and all that stuff.
Mm.
But we'll see.
I guess you know what? I guess New Year's Eve, I'm gonna probably just camp out at the crib with a with some Martinellis and just they ain't watch the virtual ball drop, I guess, or shit, or maybe I'll just go to sleep
I mean,
and
if you
wake
want to see
up.
a ball drop, go go to Donald Trump's Twitter. I'm sure he'll say some stupid shit.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
I'm gonna just hang out, and try to stay warm because it's so cold here. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Get
so
out of
yeah,
here. That's 60 degrees ain't cold. Touchdown.
man, it's
Look, I'm
60.
trying.
Man,
Look,
it's a whole 62.
I'm trying to see some balls drop too.
Shannon.
Oh man.
I'd
Oh
rather
man.
not see them drop. I'd rather see them pull up. I'm just saying.
I
Think
mean,
about it.
all of the
I
above.
don't really don't. I don't want to see no extra
I'm
balls.
Because I
I'm here
mean,
for the
if you're
show.
doing a tea bag, they're gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on which angle you coming from.
See, my friend is smart.
Oh my god. Oh man. Hilarious.
For some reason, I am at for Shannon. After this whole, when you ready for that, I just imagine your theme song being WAP, and like when it's ready to hit that moment, and from the top make it drop. That's and you just all over, just like y'all gonna get me, my balls dropping. Get it to it.
Mm.
I respect it.
What's the matter, Dedrick? Type it out. What's going on here?
Man, listen, I'm gonna be singing Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright.
Dr.
I'm
Tachi
sure
came
all
in and
will
said,
come that night.
I mean, listen, you ain't got to tell my business, and
It ain't gonna
hilarious.
be no round young virgins either.
Mm. Hilarious.
I I detect no lies in this intervention.
Oh wow.
And then when it's all
Hilarious.
done, what's gonna happen? They go sleep in heavenly peace. That was a good night. That sounds like a good night to me.
Wow, I like that remix. Hilarious. Dr. Tachi, what's up? I see you in the chat.
Hey,
Dr.
All
Dr.
right.
Tachi.
So let's I want to start off with you, Marty. Oh yeah. Shoot, we got to do the giveaway.
Yeah,
Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put one
what
in the
you what
chat.
what you giving
Uh
away?
we can Marty saw is a consultant for paparazzi jewelry, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a giveaway for the jewelry. So okay, I see two ones. Any other ones? Okay, cool. All right. So real quick, Marisol, tell us a little bit about paparazzi before we do our giveaway.
So paparazzi is $5 jewelry. It is 100% nickel and lead free. So anyone who has any type of metal allergy, either to real or fake, is perfect for you. Um, Shannon can attest to this. Some of the pieces are beautiful. We do have a signature series as well. That signature series is not $5, they're $25. But if you look at the pictures, they're so freaking worth it. I mean, you're talking about stuff that people, newscasters wear, people on TV shows are wearing. This is good stuff. It's cheap stuff. It's costume jewelry. I'm going to give you that, but it is so worth it. And I'm not just saying that because I sell it, because I happen to wear it and I wear it all the time. And that's why I became the paparazzi consultant, because I was wasting so much as a consultant. I mean, as a customer, I figured I'd save about 45% of my money by becoming a consultant and being able to buy my stuff at a discount. So
When you
it
come on
is
and do your
definitely worth it.
So I need to become a consultant.
when you come
Say
on
that
the
again.
video
I'm sorry.
when you come on the video, do you
I said,
start
so
off
I
by
need to
playing?
become a consultant.
She said that she need to become a consultant.
Yes, become a consultant. Sign up under me.
All
Buy
right.
your stuff for $2.75
Do you
instead of $5.
do you play do you play exhibits paparazzi when you start off?
What do you mean exhibit paparazzi?
I knew you ain't gonna know because you don't know no hip hop. There's a rapper named Exhibit. He used to host a TV show called Pimp My Ride, and his one of his first big
Oh,
hit song was called Paparazzi. So you can
never heard it.
look it up. Great song. And I think what
Or
didn't
you
Lady
just listen
Gaga
to
have a
the
song
Lady
called Paparazzi
Gaga,
too?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just
But
listen to
I
that.
like the Exhibit one is better. All right, so let's do this. All right, if you're in the chat room, press 1 if you're in the chat one more time. One more. All right, this is what we're going to do. I know there's a delay. in the Facebook chat, the first three people who can answer this math question will win. All right. What is 35 plus 35? Put it in the chat. All right. All right. We got all right, Robert, uh, Dedrick, and Renee. All right, 70s. And look at that, Anthony.
Oh,
Uh,
y'all just gonna bypass my answer out here.
Hilarious. Okay, so Robert, Renee, and Dedrick all win. So what I'll do is I'll contact you guys, and then you guys can pick out, and we'll get it to you,
It'll be your
your
own people.
winnings. But make sure you guys, actually, we'll start off with you, Marisol. How can people get you in social media, and when's your next broadcast?
You can reach me on Facebook as Latina NYC0. Um, Facebook.com/Latina NYC0. You could also reach me on Instagram under paparazzi _ Latina NYC0, and the number 0, not the word 0. And my next broadcast is actually tomorrow at 6:30.
At 6:30.
6:30, yes.
Okay, all right. And you play what game? You play Family Feud, right? On there, I like that. That's
We
pretty
play
fun.
Family Feud, some Crazy Eight. We play some Sold Out. A
They
lot
be
of
getting
different
really
games we
into it
play
too,
on it.
though. Like her audience be getting real into it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I actually I found myself. I was watching it. I was like, I was all into it and everything. So you do a great job with that. Kudos to you, Marisol. All right, let's go to you, G. How can we get you in social media and all that good stuff?
You can get me on social media by being a part of the government organization tasked with tracking me, or you can go to the main streets of New York City and find me. I am a non-professional red light detective, meaning that I like to go and peruse the red light district and see what trouble happens. So catch me in, catch me anywhere and everywhere in New York. So if you see a black guy with a flat top and a skateboard, it's probably me.
In the red light district, huh?
That's like where all the fun happens. You know, crack, coke, lepers, prostitutes, good stuff.
Hey, but
All
you
the
you
good
keep
stuff.
your
As
you
I
keep
said earlier,
social
Jesus,
distancing.
of
How can you
course.
social distance with a hooker though?
Well, who says I'm with the bloody hooker?
I mean, I figure you down there, when in Rome.
It's called PPE, okay? PPE. You can come within 6 feet if you're properly protected.
I mean, and look, they probably doing PPE probably
Do,
stands for
do,
something else down there.
wait, do y'all remember what was that movie, Naked Gun, with the body condoms? That's
Actually, you know what? That's a perfect example of how my life is. It's a naked gun, just without me being a police officer.
oh man, that's crazy. All right, so Ryan, how can people get you social media and all that good stuff? And when's your next Hustle Zone broadcast?
Well, we are making some changes. We're going to be launching on January 1st, 2021. Our website will be going up, but you can still catch us on. We'll be doing like Hustle Zone Jam sessions, like impromptu, periodically throughout the holidays. But we're going to be making some strong because of the movement towards building a space for Black audiences. We're going to be changing up a lot of our content and our podcast to reflect our audience. So that was a change that was going to happen a year ago. a lot of people were kind of confused at what we were doing, but it was just a transition, and we're making that transition for 2021. So after we launch, you should be able to see consistent content from us that reflect on the issues and the culture of the Black community, in North America and abroad. But you can catch us right now on social media. Just type in, if you Google Hustle Zone or Hustle Zone TV, you should be able to find us. And also, I released some of my music on Spotify. So if you guys want to check me out, just type in Sabian, and you should be able to find the
And
music there, or on the
and
major
big shout
places.
out to you, Ryan, for doing that because and I checked it out. I was playing your record. I'm just so happy because I've been on you about releasing stuff, man. Because you were talking about, oh, I'm not a rapper no more. It's like if you once you are, man, then you always gonna be that. So, man, put your stuff out there, and I'm glad you did, man. I'm really glad you did. And so definitely check it out, Sabian though, because you changed your name.
Yeah,
So
it changed.
yeah,
I wanted
so
something that nobody had, and I know
hmm
that people start typing because sooner or later everyone's going to be Sabian because of the diet and Dr. Sabian. When the documentary comes out, people are going to be calling that. So I wanted to tag that before anyone got it, and I was kind of doing it for TikTok because TikTok, just testing it, you get discovered quickly on TikTok. Like their algorithms are so good right now for musicians. So I didn't want to put the music out there. I released 2 albums in 1 week just to see, and then I made another album called Trick Talk and I made 15-minute songs, 15-second songs, just to
mm,
see if people would, use it in their videos and stuff. So I'm gonna start testing these strategies and to see if I can make some of these songs go viral. It was just more of a test because I like to test social media, but still check out the work. I'm more of a songwriter. I'm not. I kind of want to showcase the songwriting abilities, not necessarily. I'm just too old to be rapping and going on stage. I just want to attract people for my songwriting abilities more so than me being an artist.
man, I look. I've always wanted to be a performer in that way and all of that kind of stuff. So I live vicariously through people I know who are doing it. So that's why I got to give a lot of props to you and brother Anthony because
Yeah.
I know Anthony's being in the studio too, killing it. So just I'm very happy for you, bro. And we will always support you. You're family to us, man. So thank you for sharing. And Anthony, you've been in the studio, killing it, singing, and do you rap at all, or is it just singing?
Um, Now I rap presence. And nah, but I might drop a bar or two here and there. You know what I mean?
hmm
Just depend on how I feel. You
Do you
know what
jump into
I'm
any ciphers with?
saying? Here lately, I mean, I'm not around. I'm out here traipsing across the country, so I ain't no ciphers out here in these COVID streets right now. So, um,
hmm
I used to back in the day, jumping a couple, battles or whatnot. You know what I mean? Freestyle battle
Banging
when
on
it
the
was actually.
banging on the lunchroom
Oh,
tables and all that.
that too. But when it was
hmm
actually freestyling, when you actually really freestyling instead of pull out your phone and read off what you wrote 2 weeks ago and be like, oh yeah, that's my freestyle. Let me pull it. Let me find it real quick. No, that's not what that is.
Right.
Um, but yeah, no, I got stuff like that coming, working in, I guess, in the works or whatever. But
Do you produce as
yeah,
well, or just from the writing and singing?
uh, I dabble in a little bit of everything.
hmm
So I am a bit of a musician. Like I was in the band in the chorus and I played the trumpet and the baritone and all that cool stuff. Like I can read music and know a little bit of music theory and things of that nature. So I dabble, you know, try to get my Renaissance man on.
hmm
He
Well,
trying to be
man.
well rounded as well.
But man, I'm trying to get less round. That's why I'm out here working out. Right, to get less rounded out here.
uh-huh. And how can we get you in social media? And is there anything we need to be on the lookout for?
On social media, so primarily I'll plug this one. You can find me on Woodshed Pictures. That's spelled the correct way: WOODSHEDPICTURES. So there's Woodshed Pictures on Instagram. So at some point in January, I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, fancy like Ryan, and like, yeah, on the first of 2021, I don't think I'm gonna have mine done that fast. So, um, but the website will be coming in January. I'm working on a documentary right now, so I'm putting together some promotional materials so I can send out for people to potentially invest, but also people that I want to interview. I've gotten a couple of interviews in, interviewed a couple of people in LA. I was in Vegas, interviewed somebody out there. I got an interview on Thursday here in Phoenix, and then at some point I'm gonna end up in Chicago, Michigan, and I'm trying to think where else I'm gonna end up. North Carolina, Texas. Like I'm going across the country, getting a lot of interviews for this documentary on Black manhood.
Oh,
So
that's dope.
um, yeah, it's moving. That'll be. I don't. I'll say it probably take me 6 months to actually finish shooting, and maybe 4 to 6 months to edit it to where it's ready to be packaged and submitted to places. So
Yeah. Anything we can do to help you, whether it's get out the word or whatever, let us know, man. Because we want to be a support system to everybody in our circle, man. And I love
man,
the that's a great topic, and we're all about that. So, man, congratulations, man.
man, appreciate it. I just want to kind of get away from the whole toxic masculinity. We hear a lot about that, but no real solutions on how to really rectify that, or even exactly what toxic masculinity what it actually is. It's
Mm.
used oftentimes as a coverall, as a blanket, to cover up a lot of behaviors that you may not like, but that don't mean it's toxic and all that. So I want to get into all of those types of things.
That's what's up. Shannon, 2021 is your year, Shannon. So much is gonna happen for you. We're all excited. We're gonna come out swinging. Oh yeah, and remember we're gonna have the 24-hour show coming up. But Shannon, you're on mute. Uh,
When is that going to be?
Probably the third week in January, something like that.
Okay, perfect.
But how can we get you on social media, and what can we be on the lookout for you coming up soon?
So you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Shannon forward slash the president, Open Jefferson next president. You can also follow my 29 other Instagram pages if you will. Um, I have two books coming out next year: Dismantling Daddy Dysfunction, May of 2021, and Marrying Mommy, The Woman I Love, The Woman I Hate, The Woman in the Mirror, August of 2020.
And if somebody wants to know about your French kissing exploits, how can they get in contact? Is there a special email?
I mean, I ain't got no OnlyFans page, but if you want to slide me some coin, I would say it.
All right, thank you. Uh, and of course, you can get me at Kente F on Twitter, Kente Ferguson on Instagram, and of course, the website is indyradio.org. That's INDY radio.org. Rest in peace to Tiny Lister. You guys know him as Debo, Zeus. Great talent. I had a chance to meet him a couple of times. Seemed like a great guy, and a lot of people speak very well of him. So big shout out to him. He passed away at the age of 62, and also the great Charlie Pride too passed away,
Mm-hmm.
who is a legend, in the industry, in country and western, and just this brother was a great talent. So big shout out to his family and rest in peace, and of course all those who we've lost this year. And like we've said before, this has been a tough year, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what? We're here, and we're about to turn the page on to a new year, and I'm excited about the future. I'm very excited about the future. I have things I can't even talk about why I'm excited, but I'm very excited.
You
So,
about to play Twister with a girl.
hmm, I'm about to what?
You about to play Twister with a girl.
Uh, yes, about to play some Twister. So Twister with a girl, yeah. But
Can I give it a shout out real quick? Since
sure, go ahead. Any shout outs? Go ahead.
it's not a shout out, it's more of a in memory of. I want to pause for 2 seconds to honor a gentle soul who came into my life in a group, and we bonded over chai tea.
Mm.
And she recently just gained her wings on Saturday,
Oh,
and it was a devastation to my sister group. So, one, I want to honor my sister group because they are absolutely dope, but I want to stop and give an honoring and a memoriam to Shoshoy Thousand. Um, she was a beautiful, beautiful person. And if you had the pleasure of meeting her, if you know her, if you've heard of her, she's Shoshoy on Instagram. If you want to check out her Instagram page, it's super dope. Um, you couldn't help but love her. So she'll be missed.
thank you for sharing. With all that said, we'll see you back next year
In
with all new episodes.
2021, too.
Love all you guys, and God bless.
Bye.
Thanks.